Beloved, shalom, shalom, beloved. This is Dew on the Roses by the Many Vandals. Prayer. What is prayer? Prayer is simply communication with our Creator, our Maker. Prayer is not complicated. A lot of times people make prayer a little more complicated than what it is. I want to take the time to encourage each and every one of you to pray. Everyone should pray. All people and all of creation pray in different ways. It may not look the same for everyone, but each and every one of us is called to prayer. Each and every one of us needs to pray consistently, daily, all the time, continuously. There's not a specific time of the day to pray. There's not a specific way to pray every time that we pray. We can pray by simply singing a song. That could be a type of prayer. We can pray by dancing. We could also pray with tears. We can pray in various different ways. Prayer is absolutely multi-dimensional, and there are many different ways to fast as well. And we're not always supposed to actually fast or refrain from food and water or just food. Regardless of the type of fast, there are times when we are supposed to feast and have that celebration time. And victories. Victory is plural, not singular. So we have many victories because we go from victory to victory. It's not just one victory. And then we wait like 5 years for another victory. We have victory after victory after victory. And it happens frequently. We just have to take note of it. We just have to pay attention to the little details, because miracles happen all the time. Surprises happen all the time. We have to be attentive. We have to watch the signs. There's so many different signs that happen within the day and sometimes the evening and night. We have prayer watches, depending upon which prayer guide you utilize or reference. It could be 8 prayer watches, or it could be more possibly than 8. It all depends. It is not set in stone. So there are prayer guides that have 3-hour increments and some have 4-hour increments. And that is the difference between the two. But we have to always remember that prayer and fasting is nice, but we should always watch and pray. What is it to watch? We need to watch. The original terminology was watchers on the wall, and that referenced the gatekeepers or the guards who knew how to guard. They guarded nations, regions, and territories. And it may not necessarily always be a person. Sometimes some of the watchers were actually angels, angelic beings that were 100% spirit. And not all angels that were watchers were necessarily ones from the dark side. We have to get away from that way of allowing superstition and what is not the truth to creep into what needs to be used as prayer points, and not to be ones who are easily swayed by the opinions of people. So as you go forth to watch and pray, you don't necessarily have to reference the 8 prayer watches or how many prayer watches there are or the different guides. You don't necessarily need to go to a holy book and grab something from there. But it's always necessary to have gratitude, to have clean hands, pure hearts, the right motives, the right attitude, the right spirit, the right heart, and all of that. To be right in every sense of the word. And many people will tell you you cannot be perfect. Well, how could that be? Because we were created by a perfect being who actually has no name. A lot of people want to say that our Creator's name is God. No, absolutely not. And some like to reference specific names in specific languages. But to be honest with you, our Maker, our Creator, is not speaking Hebrew or even English. Our Creator is speaking a love language that may not be known to most people. It is a different type of language that is not actually spoken in words. There are so many mysteries. Nobody has all of those pieces to the puzzles. We can connect the dots all day long and look at signs and symbols or whatever you prefer to reference it as. The truth of the matter is that even those who are very deep spiritually still miss a lot. Not intentionally, but it happens because of all of the distractions. Think about it, in the land. And then we have our minds that are not exactly spiritual 100%. So we have a lot to work through to uncover what needs to be uncovered. But it all will be uncovered at the right time, at the right moment. A lot of people reject what they don't understand, but allow yourself to go deeper in prayer. And be sure that when you pray, you start with gratitude and you end with gratitude. And you cover the whole prayer with praise. And be sure that every prayer point references something, that it will reference something that is larger than yourself, that is larger than your nation, your family, your community. Because our homes are to be houses of prayer, to pray constantly, consistently, continuously. And when we do pray, or when we make these declarations and decrees and proclamations, and when we prophesy, we should always be sure that when we do, the words that we are speaking sow seeds to love and to light, and that we are speaking words of life rather than the opposite. That when we speak, we are testing ourselves and what we speak to be sure that it is the absolute truth, that it is definitely coming from the voice of truth, who is our Maker, our Creator, and not our opinion or the opinion of someone else. A lot of times people will speak something and it has absolutely nothing to do with the truth, even though it may seem true. Many people may repeat it, but that will never make it true if it is not true. The truth is the truth, and that which is not the truth will never be the truth. So be sure that you're embracing the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And be sure that you are watching and praying and watching And be sure that you're not being one who is led in the wrong direction to follow others. Be sure that you are inclining your ears to hear the true voice of truth so that you will know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And until the next time, shalom, beloved, beloved, shalom. And again, my name is Shifra Yahavet Israel. I am here to bring something of priceless value to each and every one of you, not to take anything away from you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and connect. Blessings to each and every one of you. And again, this is Dew on the Roses by the Many Vandals from the YouTube audio library. Blessings to each and every one of you, and shalom. Shalom Aleichem.